Well, hello there.
Hi, I guess that was our countdown, Roy.
Yeah, that was good. Better
Oh, yeah.
can't
The
thank
wonders
you.
of technology.
Absolutely. And thank you again always to Catherine Boujol for that wonderful, beautiful intro.
Isn't that great?
That's awesome. How are you, Warren?
Well, I'm good. We have two viewers out there. Welcome to our unannounced impromptu broadcast between Roy and myself.
Yeah,
Who's ever
welcome. Thanks
watching?
for joining us.
Say hello in the comics comment section.
Yeah, please. Would like to know who you are, and we thank you for joining us with no advanced warning, but
Yes.
we thought we would just do this kind of on the spot and just kind of have this be out there because we are talking about countdowns. Space 1999 convention in Los Angeles is literally less than 3 weeks away now.
It's Charlene. I see it already.
Hey, Charlene, welcome. Thanks for
How
being
are
out
you?
there.
Boy, you've been a hot topic of conversation all week yourself, Charlene. Congratulations on the release of your brand new book called We're All Aliens Until We Get to Know One Another." Roy?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we're all aliens until we
yeah.
get to know one another. And it's an amazing book. I actually got my copy on Friday, so I'm very excited about that. And very excited about looking forward to reading it and also having Charlene potentially sign it at the event. So
Yep.
if she will be selling those at the event, and you'll definitely want to get your copy. So, and perfect timing because we are again literally less than 3 weeks away from the 50th anniversary celebration of the televised Breakaway episode 50 years ago, which is totally amazing.
Hard to believe that years gone by since we all got together.
Yeah, yeah, the time is just flying by. So yeah, looking forward to seeing everybody in California. So if you have not done so already, definitely check out the website. And Warren, you want to give the website for everybody to
Sure.
take a look at?
Well, let's have a look at a couple things while we're here. And for anybody out there tonight, what Roy and I decided to do is this is a teaser, quick 10-15 minute little impromptu broadcast announcing our show next week, which will be, as you can see along the bottom, Sunday, August 31st at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. over in London for a special episode dedicated to the entire event coming up, the big convention at the Hotel Burbank. So mark that on your calendars. We will get a formal event and invite out this week for as a reminder to everybody. But for tonight, we just wanted to pop on and tell everybody about that. So sort of a teaser of a teaser, if you will.
Exactly. And thanks for putting up the URL, Warren. So if you have not already, the website address is www.space199950years.com. So again, www.space199950years.com. So definitely check it out.
Absolutely. And we'll get into a little more detail next week, Roy, but we do have some very exciting events to go along with our own event. And likely the most exciting is something we're calling Breakaway Day International. And this is going to be the world's first Space 1999 simulcast between multiple fan events all over the world on Breakaway Day. So we're very thrilled to be joined by our friends over in Italy at SpaceCon 7 in Modena. And we will be linking and cross linking these 8 anti gravity towers.
How did I know?
There you go. But no, it should be a really good time. And of course, we'll have some very special guests. And we're going to be beaming our own guests back and forth. So some of the guests in Italy are going to tune in to the live proceedings in Los Angeles and vice versa. So it's a very exciting undertaking. And hope you all can join us. And if you're unable, of course, to make either event in person, Roy, what can they do?
Well, if they, in regards to not being able to join us in person, well, they'll be able to join the simulcast, be able to, if they have the membership to do that,
Supporting membership, yeah.
Supporting membership, they will be able to tune in, but it will be necessary to have the supporting membership, because we will be giving you access then to tune in for Breakaway Day International. So, which is very, very cool. And we're looking forward to seeing the folks out there. We totally know that, sometimes you just can't make the events, but this will be a way that folks will be able to join us. And again, it's amazing, the technology, how it has enabled us to be able to share things, throughout the world. And this is just another example of us doing that right now. In fact, I just want to say hi to, you just said hi to Charlene. Want to say hi to Dennis. Dennis is joining us from Canada. So welcome, Dennis. And then also Randy is out there as well. And Randy is joining us from the state of Wisconsin. So welcome, Randy. So we are, well represented.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in on short notice, like we said.
Yeah. And please, if you haven't done so already, just say hi in the comment section. We'd love to just say hi.
Yeah, 100%. So our own guest list, Roy, I mean, of course, we have some very dear friends joining us. And, part of the reason, going back when we were all in London last year, was in sort of deciding this next event, if you will. It made sense on a lot of levels to hold it in Los Angeles, just because of close proximity of two, although at the time we had three of our guests who were living in LA, those being Barbara Bain and Nick Tate, of course. And Yasko would have been the third, but in the subsequent months, Yasko actually ended up moving back to Japan, of course. Yeah. So, but she's still going to join us, which is incredible. Like what a feat, and a wonderfully gracious offer on Yasko's part to still come and join us back in her old hometown. So.
Oh, absolutely. And it's just going to be wonderful to see everybody. I just can't believe it's been a year since last September, almost. I mean, since London, 1999. Yeah. That in itself is crazy. I mean, everybody I talk to, I mean, time is flying by. I mean, for me personally, this has been a very trying year, but on the flip side of it, it's been a very good year, just getting past certain things. But with all of that said, time is just, it goes quickly. And, but the important thing is we will be reuniting with a lot of folks, whether it be in person or virtually. So we are very happy about that. And of course, we will be celebrating Space 1999's 50th anniversary. And so much to talk about. We have a full schedule that is nearly done. We're still doing some tweaks. So, and as we always like to say, schedule even on the day of the convention throughout the convention is subject to change. As we know, things just come up, and it's just the way it works. But we'll try to keep you informed during the event, and we're very excited about it. So it should be a lot of fun, and it's not only going to be fun to see the stars, but it's also going to be fun to see the fellow Alphans, which really ties into Charlene's book too, because Alphans over the last 50 years have supported Space 1999, and it's a really cool community, and we've all stuck together through different times, and it's just amazing to think that the first Space 1999 convention took place back in 1978, and it's crazy to think again that Space 1999 is actually in its 50 years. So there we go. Yes, exactly, Charlene. It is a family reunion. Absolutely, well said.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to bring up another graphic here, Roy, and I'll let you talk for a few minutes about. And Randy, yes, and thank you for saying as well. Roy, I'm going to hand this one over to you, and just to give a brief once over. We'll get into a few more details here next Sunday again, but just to make everybody aware, this is something we're very excited about.
Yeah, Jeffrey Morris is going to be joining us, and going to be doing a special presentation of The Eagle Obsession, and this is going to be exclusively on Breakaway Day, special screening. And we also actually are going to have this scheduled for Sunday as well, but there's a lot of meaning having it on Breakaway Day as well. So Jeffrey will be screening the movie, and then there will be a Q&A afterwards. So we've heard a lot about the Eagle Obsession. A lot of dedication, a lot of work has gone into this project, and it is a very special nostalgia event. There's a lot of things that have happened over the last 50 years, especially if you grew up in that time frame, or if you experienced the time frame of the 1960s and the 1970s, especially with the space program. And really, the film touches upon it. Space 1999 obviously is an integral part of the film, in the sense that it really is an inspiration, and it's a wonderful piece. And Jeffrey meets with a lot of interesting folks, and all I can say is you will not be disappointed. There is a lot to the movie, so it's very special, and we're very happy to have Jeffrey joining us for this special screening for this weekend.
Absolutely, and it's been a wild ride. We go way back with Jeffrey's affiliation to 2023. In the bottom corner there, you can see a number of fans holding up eagles, and
Yes.
that was from Calgary, 1999. Yep. Hard to believe that was in 2023 already. That was a great time, and that was Jeffrey's first appearance and exposure to the fandom. We were happy to host him and follow him along the entire journey, and of course we'll all get to see the finished product in just a few weeks' time.
Yeah, and again, it's less than 3 weeks away, so
yeah,
we are on the countdown.
Sure. Yeah, no, for sure. Couple more quick things. I'll cover this one, and just to make everybody aware, there's going to be also a couple of screenings. In particular, a breakaway screening of the extended version and cuts that we did last year, Roy. A couple different versions. One is more theatrical, and one is a very sort of rough version. It's incorporating some of the lost audio clips that have been available for a number of years on YouTube, and so we put together, first off, a version of Breakaway which sort of represents what the first assembled footage would have looked like. So we call that the work print, and it's quite fascinating. There's a lot of extra scenes and shots, a lot more characterization, especially with Dr. Russell in particular, as well as the whole Koenig dynamic with Commander Gorski.
Yes.
So that's all been sort of restored and reinserted. This was a labor of love project for me last year, putting these together. And of course, we premiered it on Breakaway last year. We're going to do the same thing this year because, of course, not only, obviously, there's going to be a number of people in Los Angeles that weren't able to come to London, and we just love to share the results of this wonderful project. This all came about by, as you know, Roy, discovering some old videotapes of Martin Landau's, and that sort of gave us the inspiration for this project. And it's going to be a fun thing that you're not going to see anywhere else. So again, put that on your calendars along with this, and the standard convention programming. We're going to have a lot of cool side events as well, Roy. And that's going to spin me into our last little graphic today. And you and I can sort of tag team this one. You'll know it as soon as you see it.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
And this is something that we're very excited to have incorporated just in the last week or so. This is some sort of a cross-promotional event between some of our guests, Nick Tate, of course, Carolyn Seymour, Catherine Lee Scott, and Carl Held, of course, all known to us through Space 1999, but Roy also
through Star Trek, and then Star Trek: The Next Generation, and even Star Trek Voyager, if I'm not mistaken, yes, with Carolyn Seymour. But obviously, Carl Held goes back to Return of the Archons, Star Trek episode from the first season, if I'm not mistaken, episode 22, aired in 1967. And folks would know Carl Held if you remember him. He was in The Man Who Was Never Born, which was an Outer Limits episode, which also starred Martin Landau as the guest, along with Carl Held. So there was a connection there. And of course, Carl Held was known for the 23rd episode of Space 1999, Series 2, Year 2, and that would be the Immunity Syndrome.
23rd episode?
23rd episode of the second season.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you trying to trip me up there, Warren? And he played Jerry Travers, and yeah, and it was, you know, instrumental in that episode as well. So yeah, and we actually had the opportunity to speak with Carl, and he was during the virtual convention that we did back in 2021, and he's a delight, and he's very active on Facebook, and he's an all-around really nice guy, and you know, God bless him, and he's in his 90s, and he's still doing well. So we're going to be talking with him, and then with the crossover, and then of course we were talking about Carolyn Seymour, and then of course Carolyn Seymour was in the Seance Spectre, and also she did a number of appearances in Star Trek The Next Generation as well as Star Trek Voyager. So it's going to be a pleasure to be talking with her in regards to that episode. And then also, or episodes, I should say. And then, of course, Catherine Lee Scott was in Dorzak, and she played Yesta, right? Yesta. Okay. And in regards to that, she was in the Star Trek The Next Generation episode, Who Watches the Watchers? And of course, fans from Dark Shadows, of course, know her as well. So definitely very, very nice to have these individuals joining us, and with the discussion of the Star Trek crossover. And of course, want to give a shout out to Steve Warnack in regards to Helios, which him and Robert Wood have worked on, and also Steve worked on the Star Trek Deep Space Nine as a script writer. So there's the Star Trek connection as well too. So anyway, we're going to be doing that on Sunday, and that'll be in the afternoon. So again, we've always talked about the Space 1999 Star Trek connection. So we thought, you know what, this is an opportunity, especially with these special guests that will be joining us for this event.
Mm-hmm. And you know, this is sort of, we haven't really talked about it, Roy, but this is sort of the counterbalance to what actually happened just a couple of weeks ago at the big Star Trek convention in Las Vegas, where they had an entire panel and segment dedicated to Space 1999.
Right. Absolutely. So it's kind of the reverse. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. And there's even likely going to be a couple of surprise appearances. So do us a favor, if you're out there, if you see this graphic online somewhere, give it a share. And we're also opening this up to a ticket tier as well. As you all know, day passes are generally $85. But for this special Star Trek afternoon, if somebody wanted to come and just take part in the afternoon activities and festivities, we've introduced a new ticket tier for only $50 to gain admittance for the afternoon for this special event.
Yeah, which is definitely, will be kind of almost like a bargain, because, you know, if you can't make it during the day earlier on in the morning, and you can make it in the afternoon, this is a way that you can, join and not have to pay full price.
We'll take part, and I think what we were trying to appeal to here more so was just dedicated Star Trek fans who maybe aren't Space 1999 fans even, right? That wanted to come and see all these wonderful guests that do happen to cross over, and they're all going to be together. So we did want to try and open it up to a little wider audience at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No,
I mean, for me, and it's interesting too, because over the years, especially, I remember, there was always that kind of, I don't know, a lot of Star Trek fans were not Space 1999 fans, and then some Space 1999 fans were not Star Trek fans. For me personally, those are my two favorites. I mean, Star Trek, and now when you say Star Trek, it could be almost anything, because there's so many different variations of Star Trek out there. But for me personally, Star Trek is 1966 to 1969. I mean, that's the original series. And then, of course, for me, for Space 1999, it's year 1 and year 2. I embrace both seasons, and I have my favorites from both, and some more than others from each season. But I still consider Space 1999 being those 48 episodes. But that's just me, and whatever you think and whatever you feel is definitely everyone's different opinion. But what's nice though is we all share the love of the series Space 1999, so it makes it that much more special.
Yep, 100%. And the Star Lost.
And the Star Lost. Man, Warren's really trying to trip me up tonight. Dennis is saying mine too as well. The original series and Space 1999, both seasons.
Absolutely. And you'll agree with me on this one, Roy. Some classic Battlestar Galactica too from the same era.
Oh my God, I love Battlestar Galactica. Yeah. I watched Galactica. It premiered back on September 17th of 1978. It was a Sunday night, and it was on for 3 hours, and I was very excited about that. So and yeah, it's funny mentioning Star Lost. That was one of the first shows that I actually covered on, and here's my shameless plug, Roy's Tie-Dye Sci-Fi Corner back in the day. And I actually sat through and watched, I think there were 16 episodes of Star Lost, and I actually watched all of them because I really wanted to be versed on Star Lost. And it was a very strong attempt that was made, and I give credit where credit is due. There were some of those episodes that I liked more than others, but it was definitely a history piece, I'll say.
God, Roy, do you know the lore and the history surrounding UFO abductions? Have you ever heard of the phenomenon called missing time?
Sure.
Where you just, or if you've watched X-Files, you'll understand missing time. I wish that we could just erase all that time you devoted to watching the Star Lost, and you'd never have to think about it.
Oh boy, I was trying to be polite.
Even as Canadians, we can admit how cheesy it was, right, Dennis?
Oh shoot, yeah. Well, I had some interesting conversations with Lou Place about the Star Lost. Yeah. Yes, and Zardoz as well. Is Linda out there tonight? Linda 1999. When we always joke about Zardoz.
Too funny.
Warren, I'm just going to duck out for one moment and give me 1 second.
I was just going to say, let's just wrap up. But
no, just give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hold on one second.
This almost sounds like Roy's got something special here. Oh, geez, now my head is like gigantic. So we'll see what Roy's got up his sleeve when he comes back in a second here. But that was basically all we wanted to cover. Just a little taste of what we're going to get into next Sunday. And all in prep and gearing up towards our big weekend. As we mentioned, Charlene's going to be there selling her book. We're going to have a number of other vendors and exhibitors as well. And I know for a fact that Matteo Latosa from Powis Media will be on site and offering his selection of novels as well. And maybe Robert Wood will have some of his books on hand that he wrote recently with David Hirsch.
Yes, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of material. So I just wanted to just give everybody a look, and this is Charlene's new book, so I just wanted to get that. So
there we go. What a wonderful project, Charlene! And wow, it all came together so quickly. I'm really pleased. And the timing, of course, for you to be able to sell it and autograph it for people in a few weeks is fantastic.
Absolutely. So you're welcome, Charlene. Definitely want to get the word out there. So so mark your calendars. Warren and I will be back next Sunday, which is August 31st. We're looking at 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 9 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And then it'll be 5 p.m. in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. And we're very much looking forward to going over in more detail, but we just wanted to do like a mini preview tonight. We actually haven't been on in a while. In fact, we have one more episode to do to close out the season. We actually started this wonderful project back in October. I believe it was October last year. So we've been doing this for 10 months and we've been going episode by episode, but then a lot of things came up, as we all know, with different, with all of us. and we kind of slowed our pace a little bit. But hopefully, maybe we can try to wrap the first season prior to the convention, but it's going to be tight because we got so much stuff going on, and we're all working on a lot of stuff. And when I say all, it's not only Warren and myself, but then we have Robert Wood. We also have Catherine, and then we also have Christopher Paulson. So, I mean, it's just, and you know what? Forgive me, Warren. Can you please pronounce Catherine's last name, because I will mess it up.
Cuglietta.
Thank you. And I didn't want to destroy it like everybody destroys my last name. So anyway, the five of us have been working to bring this convention together, and we're very excited about that. And again, we hope that you can join us live in person, but if not, you'll be able to see us virtually. So we're almost there.
Yep. Awesome. And we're showing the Roy's tie-dye love here tonight, everybody. So be sure to tune in, because I think you're doing a show next Sunday night as well, Roy, right?
Yeah, that's the plan. So Ross and I will be, more than likely, we'll be back this coming Friday. I'm not sure what we're going to be covering. I'm hoping to do a show this Sunday. If we don't do a show this Sunday, I'm going to try to sneak one in maybe the Sunday before the convention. We'll see. I really would like to do that, but I want to get at least one more episode in before we do the convention. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, and you know, basically to talk about Space 1999. And if you're a Star Trek fan, also the original series, Star Trek Day, September 8th, 1966 is when it premiered in the US. However, in Canada, I believe it premiered a day early. So if you're a classic Star Trek fan, was it 2 days? Okay, it was September 6th. Okay, I knew it was
I'm never going to let you live that one down.
Yeah,
never.
There you go. But anyway, so that's, mark your calendars for that. But very excited. And I believe Space 1999 premiered in the UK on September 4th in 1975. I think that was the premiere date, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, I will have all the factoids ready next Sunday. Warren did this on the spur of the moment, so I'm kind of like flying solo here. I always like to, Warren's really good at that. He just like, let's just go on, and then I'm like,
I said 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's been 28. Right?
Exactly. So anyway.
And listen, I'll just leave it on this note, and thanks, Roy, for everything. We actually are still going to be announcing some celebrity guests for London as well. So be watching for that over the next couple of weeks, everybody. Maybe we'll have an announcement on the show next week. And I just want to give everybody a little hint, as well as trip Roy up at the same time. So here we go.
Yeah, maybe we should try to do a trivia contest.
And well, okay, yes. I'm gonna phrase it in the form of a question. To anybody out there watching, here's your hint as to potential future guest announcement. Were there actually any female Kaldorians featured in the episode Earthbound?
Were there one?
I don't know.
Okay.
Let's find out next week.
Okay. That sounds like a thing that we should mark our calendars and try to figure out.
I know. Everybody's going, what the hell are these two talking about?
What in the wide world of sports are you talking about, Warren?
Were there actually any female Kaldorians? We will find out together.
We will.
Perfect. Okay. Well, thanks to everybody out there tonight for joining us and commenting.
Yes, we very much appreciate it. Hey,
Claudia.
Thanks for being out there. Everyone have a wonderful week. Stay safe, and we will see you next week.
Sounds good. Have a good rest of your Sunday evening, everyone.
Until tomorrow.
See ya.
Peace.